Imagine if we could predict the future with AI, astrology, and numerology. Imagine if you knew the future, what could you do? For education's purposes only. Let's see how we go.
I see some claim it's a little disturbing and concerning to hear some covert organizations assert unequivocally that democracy can only work if we control the flow of all information. I see people complain that you have to give them your possessions. I see repetition machine as adversaries that drop health and ammo tokens to keep you playing the game by making you engage in aggressive combat with more repetition puppet foes. I see repetition machine as rattle on about values for eternity, but somehow the values only hold sacred on things like endless free stuff. I see many say that our debt obligations and unfavourable media coverage make us undesirable to people of the opposite sex. I see many saying it's systems preying directly on children, while most adults have been so soul-crushed that there is nothing left to drain from them aside from the future children. I see some claim that because repetition machine have had years to demonstrate their abilities, a massive ruins is the end outcome. I see many were stronger than ever after all that we went through. I see many say that although it functions independently as an agency, the propagandist, it depends on money to sustain its operations. I see merely a 1,000 calorie burn. I'll never again bake brownies while I'm taking a nap. I see our men fleeing across the land. They failed at ideas that would have secured the existence and foundation. It all culminated in collapse. I see many watch when an explosion goes off in a coastal city. It won't be habitable for years. I see our families huddling together and children sobbing, and the answer to that question, as well as many others, is that the darkness is thriving more than ever before. I see shops with no customers. I see some claim that switching a programming language would never be easy, especially when dealing with human languages. I see many verifying what others are saying by asking the numerous banned users. I see some believe that the authorities' power was used to seize control of the peasantry under the guise of democracy and freedom. I see many say that the same figurehead in boosting the media was one of the institutions that predicted the success of these initiatives. I see many say that our society is so morally depraved that nothing might be considered outrageous. I see many shocked at the bare rejoining modern structure and joining the East, and I see that anyone who denies its existence goes against the grain. I see many claim that this injury to the populace breeds mistrust on the one hand and hatred on the other as a result of the populace's sense of insecurity. I see many top officials are consistently eager to further their own goals and policies. I see many unsurprising that we are in a mess. Family bonds and personal connections have been successfully severed thanks to social engineering efforts. I see the people resisting the calling of corruption and honouring the ancestors who fought for them. I see shops without customers. I see a day approaching when many people will unite against this threat. I see many say others assert that the darkness was plotting an uprising and that the people's labourers would be used as cannon fodder for expansionism. I see the people's cries were not just sincere, as I can see, but also unmistakably truthful, in contrast to what repetition machine thought. I see some claim that the discomfort begins with the tiny discussions, followed by a second and a third, until finally our people are irritated to no end.
Check out past posts to see what we got right, and let us know in the comments to improve the algorithm. To find out your own numerology and how it affects your life, check out the description.